I have been a Nikon user for past 5 years, but recently I have decided to switch to Sony. So I sold my Nikon D750 and bought the Sony a7 IV. In this video I am going to tell you all the reasons why I have decided to completely switch to Sony. Reliable autofocus. For any hybrid shooter, the autofocus is a very crucial part, and the autofocus on this camera is just outstanding. While I'm taking portraits, the eye autofocus on new Sony cameras are really awesome. And on the Sony a7 IV, Sony has included animal and bird eye autofocus, which is going to be awesome for any wildlife enthusiast photographers. Like, I have randomly shot this image, and as you guys can see, at f1.8 the camera locked the focus on the cat's eye, and it's crazy shot. Also, the autofocus tracking is really good in video mode as well. So the autofocus is a very big reason to switch to Sony, and it didn't disappoint me a bit. Hybrid shooting style. If you guys are familiar with my work, you know I'm a hybrid shooter. I do product photography for several brands. Also, I do weddings. On the other hand, I shoot music videos, product videos, and for all of this works, I used to use the Nikon D750. And I just love the camera. The quality of image and video the camera produce is just awesome. On the video side, it kinda lags behind, as it doesn't have 4K, it doesn't have 120 fps, it doesn't have IBIS. Also, let's not just talk about the autofocus on Nikon cameras. Size and weight. So while doing travel or wedding photography, I have to carry my gear for the whole day. So that's another reason to shift to Sony, for its lightweight and compact small form factor of the cameras and lenses. Video quality. Spec wise, the a7 IV offers 4K UHD video recording up to 60 fps at 422 color depth in 10-bit to an inserted memory card or over HDMI to compatible third-party recorders with either long GOP or all intra-frame encoding. It supports the S-Cinetone, HLG, S-Log3 and S-Log2 profiles. While 4K 30 video is oversampled from 7K in full frame, 4K 60 is oversampled from 4.8K in a APS-C Super 35 mode, which means that a 1.5x crop is applied. When it comes to image quality, I already mentioned that you are getting a 7K oversampled in the full frame modes, giving the camera the sharpest image and video available for Sony. And this oversampling also reduces the impact of noise. And now some small things which are still very important to me, like the flip screen. It's a very useful thing, like when I'm doing top-down shots or I'm shooting myself. It's just a very useful thing. Custom buttons and dials. We have total 4 custom buttons on this camera, but you can assign anything to any of these buttons. In a7 IV, Sony has changed the exposure dial to a custom dial so that you can assign anything on this dial. But same as the buttons, you can assign anything on any of these dials. There are picture profiles primarily designed for video use, like movie, Cine 1 to 4, S-Log2, S-Log3, HLG 1 to 3, with manual control over numerous parameters, including black level, color mode, and saturation. So at the end, I want to say a very simple thing. At this point of time, there is no bad camera. It's just every camera has its own advantages and disadvantages. So you need to choose a camera according to your workflow or needs. So this is all for today's video. If you guys have any question about the Sony a7 IV, let me know in the comment section down below. Also, see you guys in the next one. Till then, tada.